Hello, today I'm going to show you how to cite Alabama Centennial within our Poetry for Students anthology. So if this is your poem, click it open and you'll find that it lives inside of an article in Poetry for Students by the same title. So if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the actual text of the poem. So we're going to have to cite this just a little differently. Also, notice that the database name is Gale eBooks, which can be a little confusing. We're going to make use of the citation button here as well for information about our citation to get started in Noodle Tools. So if I click that open, I see the name of the database here, and I also see that it was published in 2001. So since I just have a date, I know that this is a book, and in this case, we know it's an anthology. So I'm going to start my new citation. It is still a database, which was Gale eBooks, and then we're going to choose anthology or collection. All right, so starting off with the name of our database, I already said it was Gale eBooks. I'll fill it in for you. Now for the URL, you definitely do want to take the get link here, click select, and then you still do have to copy it to get it into Noodle Tools. Okay, we don't need the DOI. And if your instructor would like you to include the most recent date of access, you can press today. That's optional. All right, now we're going to go ahead and cite the poem itself. Like I said, just slightly different because it is inside of an anthology. So we'll choose author, and you can find the name of your author and type or copy and paste. And now we're going to type in or paste the title of the specific work. In this case, it's going to be the title of the poem. And then you'll see here it asks for the year specific work was originally authored or published. I happen to have that, so I'm going to use it. Right here, 1965. You should always use as much information as you have. Now we're going to go ahead and cite Poetry for Students. So this has pages of the work in the anthology. Short stories for students and Poetry for Students, they have page numbers listed. So looking at the poem, here's the top of page 2. It looks like the poem is definitely on page 2. Okay, so I'm just going to put page 2. I don't need an end because it's only one page. Now it's asking for contributors to the anthology as a whole. So I have to look in the citation box here to see if there's an editor, and of course there is. Oops. Change this to editor. Now it wants the title of the anthology or multi-volume work. That's going to be our Poetry for Students. If you can't remember that, look for the italicized words. It also wants to know if we have any of this information about volumes, total numbers of volumes, etc. And in this case, I have volume 10. Next, we're looking for the publisher and the publication year. So the publisher is right here, Gale, and the publication year is 2001. We could check for a series name that would come after the 2001. I don't see a series name. We just have the page numbers here. So even this citation here that we're looking at on Poetry for Students would not be correct because this is citing the entire overview of Alabama Centennial within Poetry for Students rather than just the poem itself. So I hope this tutorial helped you to cite your poem. Just press save and it is there in Noodle Tools for you.